Hello everyone, my name is Jenna and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to begin our practice at the back of the mat in Hero's Pose. So you can sit on the back of your heels, or you can bring your knees together, separate your feet, bring your booty in between your feet. Once you find your comfortable seat in Hero's Pose, bring your hands to your lap, your palms will face the sky. You can close your eyes or keep them open. Just begin to find that connection to your breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale from your mouth. Just do that a couple of times. Just to feel really rooted in your seat this morning. Let it activate your root chakra. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. And just start to find the intention for today's practice. So what brought you to your mat today? What are you trying to achieve and accomplish? Is there a core word that comes to mind when you think about your practice today? And I just invite you throughout these movements to keep that as your point of focus. If your mind begins to wander, just bring your attention back to your purpose. Bring your arms down to your sides. Begin to roll your shoulders back. Get out any crunchies or pops. Start to release some of the tension. And keeping that connection to your breath. I always kind of suggest doing the inhale on your way up, and as you roll down, do your exhale. And then roll your shoulders forward. In regards to your breath, there's always a couple options that you can take. You can do the inhale through your nose, out through your mouth to create a cooling sensation. Or you can activate your Ujjayi breath by doing the inhales and exhales from your nose, hollowing out the throat. And that will generate some heat. Bring your shoulders back to center. Plant your left palm down on the floor. Your right arm is going to come up and over, with the option of staying lifted in this side bend, or you can lower all the way down to your forearm to deepen. Your gaze can be in front of you or up towards the sky, looking at your fingertips, wherever it lands. Come back up to center. And then other side, plant your right hand, left arm comes up and over. And then just choose how deep you want to go into this pose. Come back to center. If you are sitting in the traditional Hero's Pose with your feet separated, go ahead and lift your booty up and sit back on your heels. Reach behind you as far as you can. Keep your chest nice and open. When you're ready, you can allow your head to fall between your shoulder blades, creating a deep stretch in your chest and shoulders. Activating your Anahata, your heart chakra. Stay for one more breath. Tuck your chin and walk yourself back to center. Separate your knees as wide as your mat. Have your big toes touch. Sink your hips all the way down. And then bow forward for child's pose. Rest your forehead on your mat. You can rock your forehead from side to side. Awaken your third eye. And release any tension you might be holding in your face. Slowly rise up. Bring your knees hip width distance apart. You can tuck your toes or press into your feet. Reach forward and then bow for your melting hearts. Try to keep a nice flat spine. Your knees are aligned with your hips. Inhale, press up into your tabletop position. So hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Again, you always have the option. If you feel like you're not activating your feet, just tuck your toes. Once you get more comfortable in these poses, you can really press into the tops of your feet. And begin your cat-cow and your inhale, arch your spine, lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, bring your gaze between your legs. Come back to your tabletop. Tuck your toes if they're not already tucked. Lift your tailbone up towards the sky. Find your downward facing dog. So bend one knee at a time. Just to warm up your hamstrings. Pedal out your feet. Walk your dog, whatever you want to call it. You don't need to plant your heels on your mat. If they don't go yet, and you're just locking your knees, create a deeper bend. We're looking for a straightening of the spine. And to really elongate. We're not worried about how flat we can get our feet. Lift your right leg, step it all the way through to the top of your mat, and find warrior two. So press into the blade edge of your left foot, deep bend in your right knee, and extend your arms. As you find your warrior two, your gaze is over your right fingertips. I invite you to challenge yourself by closing your eyes. Sort of test your balance. If you'd like to challenge even further, flip both palms to face the sky. See if that changes the weight in your arms. Does it make it heavier or lighter? Open your eyes. Bring your right forearm to your thigh, reach forward with your left arm for extended side angle. Keep everything activated. You're pushing away with your left palm and lifting with your right. Don't dump all of your weight into your front leg. You want to keep everything lifted. Come back into warrior two. Bring your palms down to your mat. Step back into a high plank. Lower halfway, low plank. Upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg, step it all the way through. Warrior two. Now I always like to gather and stack myself first. Make sure that my feet are far enough apart, that I'm pressing into the correct areas of my feet before I create my deep bend in my left knee. Gaze is over my left fingertips. Oftentimes we end up scrunching our shoulders up. Try to roll them back, almost like you're tucking them behind your ears. This will create a deeper stretch in the collarbone area and all the way down your arm. Again, if you want to challenge yourself, you can close your eyes. Flip both palms to face the sky. And open your eyes. Bring your forearm to your thigh. Reach back with your right arm. Extended side angle. And your gaze here is just wherever it falls. You can stare in front of you. You can look up towards the sky. Press back, warrior two. Straighten your left leg, bring your feet nice and parallel. Bring your hands to your hips and begin to just rock your pelvis from front to back. And what we're trying to achieve by doing this tilting of the pelvis is kind of training your body to hinge from the waist, whether that's forward or to the side. You always want to be bending from the waist, not from the upper back. Causes a lot of injury and strain. So just kind of warm up your lower back. Just be doing this light rocking. And the next time you rock your pelvis back, lead with your heart, fold forward. Your wide-legged fold. If you're locking your knees, you can heel toe your feet out a bit wider to give yourself a little bit of mobility. We're gonna hang here for a few breaths, just to create that deep stretch in our inner thighs, and also kind of work the spine a little bit. It really helps if you focus on your breath in these folds as well, by fully exhaling. Allow your body to fall heavy. Gradually go deeper and deeper with each exhale. Press into a halfway lift. Nice flat spine. If you went a little wide, heel toe your feet back in a bit. Bring your hands to your hips. Rise all the way back to center. Walk your feet together so you're in your mountain pose stance. So your feet are hip width distance apart. You're going to shift your weight into your left leg and begin to kick your right leg from front to back. And what we're wanting to accomplish is really kind of re-lubricating the joints. So this seems almost like a silly posture, right? You're just kind of kicking your leg back and forth. But you're working your hip joint, you're working your knee, you're working your ankle. And you go as fast or as slow as you like, as concentrated as you like, but you're creating a little bit of stretch in those joints to re-lubricate, get some more liquids back in there. If you have clicky knees, it's almost the equivalent of like cracking your knuckles, only this is a good thing. Cracking your knuckles is not. Release your right leg down, other side. Shift all of your weight into your right foot. And then begin to kick your left leg from front to back. Now, one side of your body is always going to be more balanced than the other. Sometimes it's consistently the same side, and sometimes it alternates from day to day, or even hour to hour. Mine is consistently my right side. I'm lucky that way. That just means my right side gets more love than the left. Oh, it's okay. Release your left leg down. Now you're going to shift all of your weight into your left foot. I'm going to turn to face you so I don't kick my bookshelf. Shift all of your weight into your left foot, Grab hold of your right foot so that your palm is on the inside. Edgar, I'm having a meltdown. Bring your left arm up towards the Stop. Hey, stop. Stop. Left arm goes up towards the sky. On your exhale, kick into the palm and bow forward for dancer. So find your drishti point in front of you, your point of focus. And just kind of hone in on that. Focus on the breath. Don't hold your breath in these balancing poses. It'll just make it harder. If you're wobbly, that's okay. Just gradually find your way to the pose. Go ahead and release. Bring both arms up towards the sky. You can always wiggle out your feet. I'm always a fan of wiggling out my feet. I tend to cramp easily. Shift all of your weight into your right leg. Grab hold of your left foot so your palm is on the inside. Right arm goes up towards the sky. Exhale, kick into the palm of your hand, bow forward. And move with intention. But oftentimes we try to rush into these poses, we fall out and we get frustrated. Take it easy. And release. Shake yourself out. We're going to find our tree pose. Create your roots, your trunk into your left foot. Bring your right foot to your ankle, calf, or thigh. You kind of determine how far you go in. You can rest your palms at your sides or heart center. You can take a mudra if you'd like. And then when you're ready, grow your tree. So that when your gaze will fall, wherever it falls, having that drishti point is really important. It does make your life a little easier. Lower your branches. Release your right foot. And switch sides. So create your trunk in your right foot. And then when you're ready, bring your left foot to your ankle, calf, or thigh. And then find your tree pose. If you find it really easy to come into tree pose, you can challenge yourself by lifting your gaze. You're not lifting your whole head, but just your gaze up towards the sky. Or you can really do it and close your eyes, kind of see what parts of your right foot you really favor. That'll really show you if you're evenly distributed or not. Lower your branches. Release your left foot. Come back to the back of your mat. Stand in your mountain pose. Inhale your arms above your head. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Walk yourself all the way to a high plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Bring your palms up by your face. Press up into Sphinx pose. Just have a mild back bend. Really opens the chest. I've noticed when I'm at the floor, if I bring my gaze to the floor, then my whole head goes down. So I really try to look forward in these. Be a nice proud Sphinx. Inhale, extend your arms into seal. So just gradually growing the back bend. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bring your palms by your sides. Rest your left cheek on your mat. And rest your right cheek just to keep the balance. Bring your palms by your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Press up into your high plank. Shift your weight back, downward facing dog. Shift your weight forward, lower both of your knees at the same time. Rise all the way up. Sit back on your heels, hero's pose. Bring your right hand to your left knee. Left arm's gonna come behind you for a seated twist. Come back to center. Left arm to right knee, right arm comes behind and twist. Back to center. Swing your legs out in front of you. Keep your knees bent. Lower all the way down to your back. Bring your arms down to your sides, palms face down. Walk your heels in to where you can feel them with your fingertips. This keeps your ankles in line with your knees. On your next inhale, press into your feet and your palms. Lift your hips up off of your mat for bridge pose. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, press up, bridge. Exhale, lower down. This time as you inhale, lift your right arm above your head. Your palm will face the sky. Just to create the rotation of the shoulder. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, lower down. Last side, inhale, left arm. Exhale down. This time, as you rise, you'll lift both arms above your head. And we'll hold for a few breaths. And be careful as you hold in your bridge pose that your knees aren't splaying open. Try to keep them in line. Almost like if you have a block or anything you can put between your knees to squeeze. Or you can just pretend like you have one there and really squeeze your thighs close to each other. Exhale, lower all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Knees go wide for Supta Baddha Konasana, your reclined butterfly. Bring one hand to your belly, one to your heart. So focus back on your breath. And give yourself that physical touch. Sense of comfort, security, of relying on yourself. You showed up for yourself today. And continue to do so every day. Bring your knees back to center. Arms come down to your sides, palms face the sky, extend your legs for Shavasana. I invite you to close your eyes, return to your natural breath, and allow your body to fall heavy on your mat. I invite you to stay here for as long as you possibly can. And for the sake of our practice together, bring awareness back into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. And rock your head from side to side. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug for showing up today. And then lower to one side for Sleepy Baby. With whichever hand landed on top, press up into a seated position. Once you find your comfortable seat, bring your hands to heart center. Raise your prayer position to your forehead and your third eye. And the offering or gift, the receiving and giving of universal knowledge. Lower your hands back down to heart center. Bow your head. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this practice, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week on Wednesday.